Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's fourth part of the video. We're going to have a look at the weather. So 10-14 days for today's part of the video. Day 10 will take us to the 23rd of April, St. George's Day. And we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the CFS V2 ensembles. Maybe on track a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks. Gets us into first half of April. I should get on that for you. No, first half of May. I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that first video today was our 6M UK weather forecast. We've also released a weekend forecast and the EC42 day out for UK and Ireland. So check out all the bits and content. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Thanks so much everybody for doing that. Hope you have a lovely Saturday, everyone. Right, well, let's start off. Central temperature, MCT, is currently sitting at 11.4. That's 3.5 degrees above 61 to 99 hours. That is provisional to yesterday, to the 12th of April. So a very warm first 12 days to the month. Will tick down, though, in the coming days. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles. The next couple of weeks, we're going to London today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. Now, still very substantially above average with the upper air temperatures at the moment, but pretty much downhill all the way from here on in. And certainly by the end of the weekend into next week, we're going cooler than average, plus a bit of a tick up back closer to average towards the end of next week, and then cooling off again though through next weekend and into the last week of April. Generally average or below average upper air temperatures once today is out of the way. Now, we can't go too over the top with that because the sun is very strong at this time of year, so when the sun's out, it won't feel too bad. I think this will be most notable at night, where we probably will be in some quite cold nights, especially when skies are clear. Precipitation-wise, there will be precipitation to come over the next week, 10 days. Not a great deal of it, but not totally dry, but certainly a lot drier than it has been over the past several days, weeks, and months. However, we do see signs into the closing days of April of more in the way of rainfall spikes. I won't be too worried about that. It's a long way off. It's going to be a reliable time frame. But maybe by the end of April, the deluge will be back. Let's hope not. Temperature anomalies from the 13th to the 21st of April, a little bit below average. I haven't seen that for some time, have we? Slightly colder than average temperature anomalies in the week ahead. Precipitation-wise, from the 13th to 21st of April, a bit wetter than average for the north, drier than average shown for Ireland, England, and also Wales too. Latest weather map from NorthSchool.net shows up a change in wind direction. We have been bringing up very mild or warm southwesterlies, of course, but they are now being flattened off to like a westerly, which is a slightly cooler wind direction. But by the end of the weekend into next week, the wind direction will change again into a northwesterly to northerly. So it is an increasingly cooler outlook over the next couple of days. Okay, let's start going through chart data then. Latest UK Met Euro run shows that up very nicely. Low pressure heading off to Denmark, midnight Tuesday, high pressure out in the Atlantic, pulling in the wind from the northwest, so actually a northerly, so feeling quite cold through the early to middle part of next week. Then gradually through next week, high pressure starts trying to ridge in from off the Atlantic, turns things drier as the second half of the week progresses, but still with a relatively cool wind direction, and there will be some pretty cold nights to come, I think. I can't again move that low pressure to Denmark on Tuesday with a northerly wind following. Then high pressure ridges in from the Atlantic. Turns things a little bit drier through the second half of next week, moving that high pressure in across the country. Oh, I mean, my day won't feel too bad when the sun's out, but it is still quite a cool ridge map. So some cold nights are distinctly possible there. The KMA, again, with low pressure over Denmark, high pressure out in the Atlantic, winds coming in from a northwesterly direction, or northerly direction, through the beginning of next week. Then high pressure ridges in from off the Atlantic, turning things drier, as it does so. Quite cold under that area of high pressure by night. Not too bad, I suppose, with the April sunshine by day. Then the high pressure moves up towards Scandinavia and then goes back towards Greenland, Iceland again. So by the 25th of April, we're pulling the wind back into a northerly or a northeasterly once more. A lot of high pressure influences, so that's the plus side, will be a lot drier, but what we gain with that, we lose with a reduction in the temperature. GFS midnight run, but again, by day, won't feel too bad. I have to keep re-emphasising that because the sun's very strong now. The sun's about as strong now as it will be probably in the middle of August, I think. So, you know, the sun's got a lot of kick to it now. And so when the sun is out, it's not going to be a problem. But keep in mind, by night, you will have to cover up your delicates. But GFS midnight run, again, with high pressure maintained to our west through the second half of this week. Bring a lot of dry weather with it, but quite chilly. Into next weekend, the high pressure goes into retrograde, moves up towards Greenland, Iceland, and pressure lowers, so it turns more unsettled over next weekend, the 20th, 21st of April, and also starts pulling some colder air from the north and the northeast as well. So by day 10, we're actually quite unsettled, oh dear, with the CFS midnight run, the idea that the deluge ended. Well, CFS midnight run says maybe not. That actually looks very unsettled with spells of rain and quite a cold north or northeasterly wind. Look at that, low pressure gets whipped up. Day 11. So just as we think we've broken up deluge and we're going to be in significantly drier weather, the GFS puts the blockers on that. Never mind, it's only one run. We'll see what 6 day shows in a moment, but a very unsettled sort of extended GFS, unreliable time frame GFS. Today, that's the scenario by the end of it, gets the 29th of April, almost to the end of the month. There was some sort of trough centred over the country, but GFS 6 says, is that any better? Let's have a look. Well, northerly winds through the middle part of the coming week with high pressure out to the west will be dry or dryish, but quite chilly. Into next weekend, again, we've got this idea of mid-Atlantic ridge going towards Greenland, blocking feature, low pressure Scandinavia winds coming in from a northerly direction, so quite cold around days 8, 9 and 10. Not as much low pressure though, so the GFS 6 there backs off that idea of a low sort of whipping itself up over the country around days 10, 11. Nevertheless, still a bit showery and rather on the cold side, winds in from the north. And we set up, as we come towards month's end, is to have low pressure over France, low pressure in North Atlantic winds coming in from a rather cool northeasterly direction. Now, watch out for that area of low pressure. The GFS 6 then takes out through France into Germany. But it will have to go a bit further northward, so we have another deluge on our hands. I have to say, the GFS is looking a little bit more unsettled today for this last week of April. A few worrying signs appearing. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep the high pressure close to us and fend off any lows, but the GFS is causing me to, have a few question marks about this last week of April. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. It shows you everyone for doing that. Why not drop a comment? Let's know when you got this and all of our videos and content. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thanks so much everyone for doing that. We need to put on around 7 subscribers to get ourselves to 18.1k. You could give us a sub, tell your friends and family to subscribe. That would be awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. GM with low pressure over Denmark, high pressure in the Atlantic on Tuesday. A cool or cold northwesterly to northerly wind. Northerly winds continue into Wednesday. And even to the end of the week, actually, the GM keeps things rather unsettled with a trough in the North Sea, high pressure out to the west, so showery and quite cold to the end of next week. Eventually, the GM brings this high pressure in from off the Atlantic, doesn't get it up to Greenland, so rather different GM compared to everything else we've seen so far. More unsettled, or more showery anyway, for the coming week, but round days 8, 9, 10, doesn't take the high pressure to Greenland, just keeps it over country and becomes mostly dry, probably a bit milder as well. And then the ECM, once more with low pressure centre over Denmark on Tuesday. High pressure is in the Atlantic, winds in from the northwesterly to northerly direction. That's maintained Wednesday. Then higher pressure reaching in from the Atlantic Thursday. Friday should bring quite a bit of dry weather in with it. High pressure sticks around the country before moving up towards Scandinavia by day 10. And a hint of an easterly wind setting in by day 10. That won't be particularly cold, of course, but we'll have a chill to it as it runs over the North Sea if it comes up. This would be precipitation forecast based on the East Chevron from meteo.com. Showery in the north and west today, main dry in the south, and they've got wet weather descending across the country from Sunday into Monday, followed by wintry showers on Monday itself into the north. More showers, mostly of rain in the east on Tuesday. And same showery rain through the middle part of the week, but also a lot of dry weather coming through as well. You have got high pressure maintained over to the west of the country by day 10, just a hint of wind going to the east, and still pretty dry by then as well. BWX on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the isolated Met Office gets us to the 23rd of April. 28 members of the ECM ensembles have high pressure to our north and northeast. Low pressure is over the continent, and winds are coming in potentially from an east or northeast direction. And then we've got 23 of high pressure right over the top of the country. That's the mildest scenario, but both scenarios should be reasonably dry. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It will get us to the 28th of April. 18 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure to the west, low pressure to the east, wind coming in for chilly northerly direction. We've got 13 with high pressure away to the northwest. Winds will come in from a chilly east or northeast direction with that. We've got 10 with high pressure right over top of the country. It's going to be reasonably dry and quite mild. And they've got another 10 with probably some sort of upper level trough here with high pressure to both to the south and also to the north. Could be a little bit on the showery side with Mac to CFS V2 finally beats a 500 millibar high times breakdown to week periods. The first week period takes us from the 18th to the 19th of, from 13th to 19th of April, I should say, with high pressure, what's the other about, to the west, low pressure to the east, winds coming in from the northwesterly direction. Week 2 will be the 20th to 6th of April, a mid-Atlantic ridge up towards Greenland, troughing over Scandinavia, winds coming in from a northwesterly to potentially rather northerly direction. Week 3 will be the 27th of April to the 3rd of May with high pressure over top of the country. Should be mostly dry with that, could be a bit chilly. And then week 4 looks nice. This is the 4th through to the 10th of May. High pressure bands centred slightly to the east of the country. Should bring the wind around to a southeasterly. That could be dry and warm. Dare I say, even a touch of summer maybe with that. First 80 Fahrenheit temperatures of season. We shall see. And we're done. If you've enjoyed the video, please you like, share, and subscribe. Make sure everyone for doing that. Want to drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Content. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. Right, so I'll just tell what's happening on, as I say, 7 subscribers gets to 18.1k. Give us something, thank you so much. Right, what's happening on the channel tomorrow? What is happening on the channel tomorrow? Right, so we're going to have a 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. We've got our next summer update, which I think is update number 6 now for summer. And we'll be live at 6 p.m. with you 10 to 14 there, including all of regular features, and as it's so obliging, got to throw in some long range with that as well. I shall see you tomorrow for all of that. But for this video and for today's videos, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.